Hey, what's up, my YouTube fam? I'm back. This is Larry with the Best Credit Repair channel. So, I know y'all been wondering, where's he been? I've been putting out videos. So, been making some changes. Just FYI, I got my website up. I know people now, you could go on my website and actually purchase the Master Dispute package. I got my website up here. So you can go down, you can pay for it and automatically download the Master Dispute package. You don't have to wait on me to email it to you. But again, when you purchase it, shoot me an email. You have my information. So, if you have questions, you can reach out to me. I mean, like I tell people all the time, I just don't want to sell you a package and you don't have an outlet to reach out and ask questions. It's a lot of information in that package, a lot of solid, concrete, honest information. Not trying to sell you a bunch of gadgets and stuff that may work one time but don't work any other time. So real information so you can improve your credit score. So got that up. I'm also working on getting on my license because in trying to show people how to grow their worth through UIL insurance plans, universal life insurance plans. So really trying to help people. So I'm getting my license on that because I've got one for my wife entered. I got one for me entered, and man, just to be able to have your infinite banking and able to have money, and if any situation happen, regardless if it's a critical illness or death, or have money for your retirement, all those things wrapped in where you can avoid paying taxes. See, that's the main thing. We got to avoid paying taxes. How do the wealthy get away with avoiding taxes? So I've been really getting into that and working on that. So I'm trying to bring a lot of good information along with this credit repair. But today, we're going to just talk about the myths and false people. All this information that you may hear on TikTok, YouTube, people just trying to get views, just trying to get the most viewerships. I'm going to go over things that debunk some of this stuff from false to the truth about it. But again, I want to say thank you for all my new subscribers to coming to the channel. I appreciate y'all. Yes, I got to start getting more videos out. Yes, I will be getting more videos out. You need to have more lives, Larry, so we can talk to you. Yes, I'm going to have more lives coming out so I can talk to you. I want to expand the channel. I know I've been talking about it, but there's a lot of things. Getting my website up, which I just backed off and took a little back step on that. I'm looking at other areas where I can bring it, even talk about business credit. So it's a lot of things that I want to bring to the channel because this channel is all about keeping it real with you and the honesty behind it, right? So I'm not trying to give you all those gimmicks like a lot of people do. I want to give you honest information so you're not disappointed when you're going in and trying to realize, what do I need to improve my credit score? Credit is everything you need to do. It will limit you. It will keep you in poverty. It will keep you from doing the things you want to do, being able to achieve your dreams. Credit is the foundation, right? So understanding credit, knowing what to do with your credit, how to leverage your credit, how to do certain things with your credit. You can do that. Yeah. Even I'm also, and if you're looking for, some of y'all out there that may say, hey, I just need an authorized user, reach out to me. I can show you how to get some authorized users caught up to $20,000 of good credit for 3 months. Talk to me, shoot me an email, say, hey, Larry, I'm interested in how do I get $20,000 of authorized user credit on my credit report to help lower my utilization, get my score up so I maybe could obtain that house or get into that car or whatever you need to do. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. But look, subscribe to the channel. This channel is keeping it real with you. So I know that was a long introduction, but I haven't talked to y'all in a minute, so let's get into it. And this is gonna be a quick video on myths. First thing we're going to talk about is inquiries. So many people get too fixated on inquiries. I have 6 figures in personal credit, and I have about 20 inquiries. I always had a lot of inquiries. I try to preach to y'all. It's about your credit profile. What is on your credit report? What type of information is on your credit report? So, an inquiry only affects your score for the first 12 months. After that, it no longer affects your credit score. You have to remember, in this industry of credit repair, everything is based on your score. Hey, I can raise your score. But I try to tell people it's about the credit profile. Now, yes, there are cards and there are people that will deny you credit because you've had too many inquiries in a specific amount of time. But that's not everybody, and it not always affects your score. Right? So you have to remember, you have to understand how FICO operates. After 12 months, those inquiries that are 12 months old are not even affecting your score. So a lot of time people go in and try to remove inquiries and don't realize it's not going to raise your score because they're maybe removing old inquiries that are more than 12 months old. Now, if they are inquiries less than 12 months old, those would be the ones I would try to remove first. Not the old ones that are past 12 months because they're not affecting your score, but the ones that are younger than 12 months, those are the ones you should strategy to remove. Those are the ones that are definitely going to help your score go up. So that's the first thing. You get a lot of people out here that try to tell you, get the inquiries off, but they don't even tell you what inquiries to get off. If they're older than 12 months, it's not going to help you out. It's not going to raise your score because those inquiries don't affect your score anymore. It's the ones that are 12 months or younger. Next thing, we're going to talk about collection accounts. You get so many people out here. You get people out there, collection accounts are illegal. They're not illegal, right? Now, there's a lot of illegal things they could do with a collection account. They can help you get a collection account removing, but just the thing, collection account is not illegal. So don't jump into somebody saying that they can get these removed because they're illegal. They're misleading you. They're not telling you the truth. They're trying to get you in and not. The next thing, there is methods, best method practices of removing collection accounts. First thing you need to do is a report inaccurate. They have to report who the original creditor name is. If it's a medical debt, it can't have the name that will release HIPAA information. Like if you went to a drug and rehabilitation center, if they put on it's from a collection company and drug rehabilitation center, that is a violation of HIPAA. That has gotten into your medical information. Those things you need to look at with a collection account. So they can't report a past due balance. There's certain things they can't do. Dispute the inaccurate information. You can't report a past due payment. They're not supposed to report anything in your 2-year payment history. They only report it's a collection account and the amount you owe last active date. That's it. All that other stuff they should not be reporting. If they are, you should be disputing it off. Next thing, just say it is report inaccurate. You do owe it. They do have the documentation to say that we are the legal owner of this debt. You don't want to take them to court. You figure, okay, what do I do? I still want to get this off. Best practices. I always tell people use a restrictive endorsement letter. What is a restrictive endorsement letter? It is a contractual agreement between you and the collection agency because you want to get the collection account removed. That is the best practice. It's in my master dispute package. It is how you set up a contract between you and the collection company. And if they agree and they follow the steps in that restrictive endorsement letter, meaning you're going to use a personal check, and there's certain things you need to write on that check, which is all in my strategy in my master dispute package, and you set up a contract. They If they take payment, then they're going to agree to that contract that you put. That's a strong strategy. If they don't remove it and just reduce it to zero, you can say, hold up, here go the letter that you agreed to. I have the payment information that you took and would have the information on there. So you have to understand that is the best strategy. You do want to get collection accounts removed. Not because if you pay a collection, which a lot of people tell you, it's not going to raise your score, which is first another false. Reason why. Some people say that not understanding FICO. So first of all, if you pay a collection account off, it goes to a zero balance for one, which affects your debt to income ratio, which is a part of your scoring. That's why sometimes people don't understand why they score go up and down, because the amount of debt they have went up or down. It may be a few points here and there, but it does affect your debt to income ratio. And I prove it over and over again. If you paid that collection account, even if you didn't get it removed, it's going to raise your score. Now, that still is negative information that is reporting, which can cause you not to get approved. So you do want to get the collection account removed. But in some cases, if there's a situation where, do I pay it or not pay it? Right? Is it going to raise my score or not raise my score? I can't get it off. They refuse to take it off. I can't dispute it off. Should you settle and get it off? Yes, your score will go up and you no longer owe that debt. People need to understand this about your credit profile. You can't have a collection, an unpaid collection, and you're out there trying to apply for new credit. So the new credit's going to look and say you haven't even paid your old debt. So think about it. Why would I give you more when you have old debt that you haven't even settled? But if you have settled, at least the creditor know, they may charge you a higher interest, but at least they know you took care of old debt. It's harder to get approved. You can't move your credit report forward if you want to continue to hold on an old debt and still try to apply for new debt. Run your inquiries up because you're steady trying. If you get denied a couple of times because your credit, quit applying for stuff. Leave it alone. Look at your credit report. Look at your debt to income ratio. If you know, look it up, how to do it. Add up everything on your credit report. Look at how much you bring in. And then you will be able to figure out what's your debt to income ratio. You're up 40% or up. It may cause you not to get approved because your debt to income ratio is high, and everything is not reported on your credit report. So they are looking at everything that this person is paying is not. If they're already paying up a 40, 43, 45, 50% of their debt to income ratio, then most likely at some point will they be able to pay this loan back or pay this credit card back 3-5 years from now, right? Because that's how long either the installment loan is taken out or the credit card. So all those things you have to factor in, right? So look at your debt to income ratio. So with collection accounts, understand that they do affect your debt to income ratio. But they are the easiest things to get off your credit report. Understand this, any collection under $100, FICO 8 doesn't even score. Look it up. They don't score collection accounts under $100. And two, you have those small collections, you definitely should be getting those off your credit report. And some of these collection companies like to play hardball. Right? Well, we can only update it. Well, it's no benefit to me to be trying to pay you if you're not going to take it off. But you also got to look at, I'm strapped, but I'm trying to improve my score. I can't buy a home with these outstanding debts on my credit report. So you have to do what you got to do, right? Next thing, charge-offs. Charge-offs are the most damaging thing on your credit report. People fight these charge-offs and don't want it, but they are the most damaging thing. They have the most damage to your credit report. One reason is because every collection account that is open is getting reported on your credit report every single month. If you look down on your 2-year payment history, it's CO, 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 CO. It may be a month that they're missing. Maybe you can dispute it because it's inaccurate. But every month they're reporting on that. So that account stays current. It stays as a current charge-off, right? So which damages your score over and over. That's reason one. Reason two, on charge-offs, they're going to put that it's a past due payment. Not only does it say charge-off, it says past due payment, and it shows the amount. So if you have a past due amount, if your charge-off is $10,000, you're going to have a $10,000 past due amount. And they're reporting it every single month on your credit report. That's why don't let nobody tell you again, settling a charge-off won't raise your score. You are $10,000 in debt, which affects your debt to income ratio, right? That is a part of your credit report. It indicates what is your debt to income ratio. If you have 5 charge-offs and you have one for $10,000, another one for $5,000, that's $15,000, another for $3,000, that's $18,000, another one for $2,000, you are $20,000 upside down on your credit report. Just think about that. A lot of people don't tell you that. They don't keep it honest with you because they want your business. Listen. That's why it's so important. The day you settle that charge off, and we're going to talk about a couple things you can do to maybe get that charge off removed, is the point they can no longer report on that charge off, which allows that charge off to age. That's what it is. And then on second that, your past due amount goes away. And every month that they reported it, they're no longer reporting it, so that stops. The past due amount goes away, so your balance goes to zero. Your past due amount goes zero. So if you settled that $10,000 for $15,000, you just reduced your debt to income ratio $10,000. So you have to think about, how do I improve my credit score? How do I improve my profile? There are myths out there that keep people from making the right decisions because they don't understand, right? And I can tell you, it does affect. No, it's not a part of the 5. Nobody knows all the algorithms, but I've been studying this. I see my credit report where my debt income goes up, has nothing to do with my on-time payments. Even when maybe my utilization is going up, but my score goes up because the debt to income ratio goes up. And when I pay off an installment loan, I may lose a couple points because that point the account closes, but my debt to income ratio, think about it, goes down. In a couple months, that score shoots back up, right? Just because you close an account. So don't get confused. Closing an account could cause your score to dip. But some people worried about that, but you have to look at the overall, how your credit report looks and how it affects your debt to income ratio and your ability to pay new installment loans and open up new credit cards, because your ability increases to pay, right? Some of the other things with charge-offs, try to dispute the inaccuracies off of there. If there's some inaccurate information, please dispute that out. The other thing, try to call your original creditor. Have they filed a 1099-C with the IRS? You need to ask those type of questions, especially if they turn it over to a collection agency, because they had to report the loss to the IRS. And if they reported that loss in a 1099-C and you didn't receive one, there may be grounds for you to get that charge off removed off your credit report, right? So in my credit repair, I have court cases that are in my master dispute package that prove this right, so that they're no longer should be reporting a charge off when they receive benefits, right? But you need to know that information, which is in my master dispute package. Challenge the original creditors when they're trying to sell a charge off and get paid for that. Also, submit a 1099-C to receive benefits for the money they lost in there and still report it on your credit report. challenge them in that area. Call the IRS. Ask the IRS for your tax transcript to see if the creditor submitted a 1099-C without even informing you. So look at that information and use that information as leveraging tools to get a charge off removed off your credit report. So if a collection account, have they issued because their owner, have they issued a 1099-C? You need, but once them go to collection agency, it's a lot easier, but it's like a double jeopardy. The original creditor is reporting it, now the collection agency is reporting it for the same account, right? So that's why you need to challenge the original creditor. Hold up. You charge this account off. You received the 1099-C. You're still reporting this. You received the benefit and you sold the account to a collection agency and they're reporting the same account too. You need to challenge them on that area. Bankruptcies. Last thing I'm going to talk about. Bankruptcies. The older they get, the less impactful they are to your credit score. I had a bankruptcy. When I got my bankruptcy taken off because it was old at the time, my credit report didn't raise one single point when the credit bureaus took it off. If you're trying to buy a home, 2 years, most time it's 2 years after a bankruptcy, you can still buy a home as long as you improved your credit score. So bankruptcies are complicated. It's a complicated process to get done, but people get them removed all the time. It's complicated, but it takes work to get it done and it takes due diligence. But the thing about bankruptcy is it just shows a past history. All this stuff, people don't want to improve it because they say, well, it's still going to show on my credit report. Yes, but you are moving your credit report forward. Eventually, this stuff falls off. But you can't build your credit. You can't move your credit forward if you don't take care of the things that need to be taken care of. So when it does fall off, you have a strong credit profile, a great credit score. People wait till all this stuff falls off before they start doing the work. Quit waiting. Start working on this stuff now. Start getting this stuff removed now. Look at the strategies. But I just want to kind of go over some of those myths out there. If you have any questions, you know the deal. In the descriptions, email me at advancedloancreditservices with an s.com. You can shoot me a message. I will definitely get back to you. I get a lot of emails. If I don't get back to you and you text me or you email me, follow up with the email. Follow up if you have my number. Most people that email me, you're going to have my phone number. If I don't, follow up with me. Hey, are we still scheduled for that meeting today? Hey, are we going to be when do you have a time where we can sit down and talk? I have questions. I am here for you. I'm open to you, right? I'm different than a lot of these other people on these YouTube. I make myself accessible. Sometimes it's difficult. There's a lot of people ask questions, but I am here for you if you're patient with me, right? So please subscribe, like, and subscribe. We're going to have more videos coming out. We're going to have more things coming. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. Keep sticking with me. And we're going to do this. We're going to get y'all credit right so you can invest. We're going to talk more about investing too. So I'm going to get on that too. Get into investing. Open up your brokerage account. Let's start investing together. So we're going to be doing all this on this channel coming up. So let's get it. Let's do it. And I'm out.